So, Governor, where is 62 million owed to suppliers? Let's just now address ourselves to that. Let's not hypothesize that it could be there, it could be there. Let us know, where is this 62 million as retained by the entity? It is not in the bank account. It is not reported in note 33, it is zero. But in reality, the control of budget has approved positions, out of which 62 million is supposed to pay the service provider. And it is not in the bank. Whose pocket is it in?
Through the Governor Chair, yes, when the control of budget approves the requisition, it's 100%. But at the point of payment at central bank, there'll be payment that goes straight to carrier. There'll be another payment that goes to the contractor, possibly NITA or any other deduction relating to that payment. And then the other payment should be a payment that goes straight to the retention account, which in our case, that is the one that is missing. It then means that no money moves from our CRF to the retention account, simply because of the reasons that I mentioned of the mapping. A good example, Chair, is that recently we needed to pay a retention amount of about 27 million. We made a requisition, but we encountered a challenge where it still wanted to deduct taxes afresh. Yet we know in the original contract, as you rightfully put, is that taxes and all those other deductions had been made. So that is the challenge we're grappling with. Now, what that means is that the 10% remains unpaid out. It's not that it was wired anywhere.
Where does it go to?
It still remains in the CRF. And since we are making payments, for example, when we receive 500 million, the payments out of CRF will be equivalent to 500 million. Yet in actual sense, assuming we're paying contractors, we should be paying out 450 million and 50 million to the retention. So since the leg of the retention account is missing, as a cash flow management issue, then we end up using everything. But as Governor mentioned, is that for any contractor now who needs to be paid their retention, we have to sort out at the supplementary level. And in this case, the payment is through the COBS, but waiving the deductions because already that processing had been done at the initial level when we did the requisition. So it is a direct payment to transfer our money from our budget to the retention account, noting that we had already met. So that will sort the problem going forward of the historical issues. But then going forward, it then means with the cash flow stabilizing, we'll be able to do that in real time.
See, you can be a good teacher, but a poor problem solver. Where is this 62 million?
It's lying in the CRF. Whatever money that is left in the CRF is to account for all the unpaid claims.
Why did the PFM require you to establish deposits and retentions account?
Yeah, and why didn't you transfer that money? Because this is just unique for Nandi.
Yeah.
Other counties would have that retention account, but then borrow it and use it for something else and return it. But for you, with the officers, there's a challenge of transferring that 10% to that special purpose account. What is the challenge?
Remember, it's not optional. Yeah. Your neighboring county of Kericho, part of the charges when the governor was brought to the Senate on impeachment, which we did not consider because it terminated on preliminaries, was misuse of retention and deposits account. It's something significant that it can lead to the impeachment of a governor. And yet the governor is not involved in the day-to-day. It's these officers. No. So, Governor, if you're going to accept this kind of stories, then one day, God forbid, your MCAs come for you for misuse of deposits and retentions, as happened in Kericho, you'll find yourself asking yourself why you didn't ask these questions earlier. There's a reason why that account must be established, and that requirement is in statute and in regulation. It cannot be optional. You can't have your own version of the PFM.
Yeah, and I've had the explanation, Governor, you see, it doesn't matter because, let me repeat it again, retention money is like theft reduction. It is approved by COP. It is money that should be in account. Chair, there is no other explanation. If the governor cannot tell us where 62 million is, then it was eaten, Chair. Because if we cannot pinpoint and say, and the explanation of CCM is explicit, but we are just wondering where is the cash. If a chair can point us and say this is the retention account that has 62 million, just the way he was arguing on the employee cost payables, governor, you say it is nil, but you agree with us that it could not be nil. So the position is very simple. We want to see this 62. And the chair, I've gone through the CRF, what the governor, and I thought the governor would have redacted this statement that he said it is in CRF account. Because, governor, looking at the financial statement of CRF account, there is nowhere that it indicates that there is where this can be traced to 62 million. Chair, I think you just make a ruling, then we can proceed.
Maybe just to, as you respond, Governor, your officer said that you initially operated a commercial bank account for retentions, and then you advised to open a central bank account. That's a position. And you're saying that sometimes the auto allocation at the point of payment does not work because of the account. Why? And yet here the auditor says that the executive operated deposits and retention bank account at the Central Bank of Kenya with nil balance. So you have the account at Central Bank. So why would you tell us that tax can go, SHA can go, but retentions cannot go? That you don't have an account. And here the auditor confirms you have an account.
Yes, Chair. Yes, we opened the account recently with CBK. So what we're dealing with is just the mapping issues at IFMIS level, so that then it goes just the way SHA goes. And
recently is when?
Confirm
this year.
Yes,
this month of July.
Within
this financial year, I'll confirm exactly.
No, but this was established in the last financial year. So you see, if it disqualifies the long arguments that you made, that the money will not go to retentions because of lack of a bank account, and then it goes to general CRF. Please help us also, give us explanations that can help us understand the process, because you're the technician.
Yes.
But if you're going to mislead us, I think the governor knows the consequences of giving misleading information to Parliament.